I saw a recent picture of her and I was telling my friend, I was like, oh my gosh, Maya lost weight. She lost a lot of weight. And my friend was like, oh yeah, she's raw vegan. I was like, okay, what's that? And I looked into it and I was like, I can't do that. Like that just is just too much. So let me try the vegan thing. Like, let me muster up the courage. And my friend was like, you know what? I'll do it with you. So we did it for a month. It was the first 20 days, I want to say, it was so hard. So hard. But I made it through the month. I lost 17 pounds.
In a month?
In 1
Dang.
month. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to do a Daniel fast.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so that will help me not only get the answers that I need, that I was looking for, but also kickstart me into the plant-based diet.
I'm glad that someone understands what this is all boils down to. Fat loss is making sure you're burning more than you eat, period. It doesn't matter what diet you're on. You still need to burn more than you eat, whether you track or not. Your body tracks for you. But
welcome to Plant-Based with Nicole, with your host, Nicole.
Everybody, it's Plant-Based with Nicole. I'm your host, Nicole Richey, also known as Plant-Based with Nicole Richey on Instagram and TikTok. Coming back with another episode. I have Claudia, aka Developing Her on YouTube, coming to my platform today to talk about her fat loss journey. Now, she's been plant-based, then went back to standard American diet, then went back to plant-based. She's had a journey, okay? She's also had a fat loss journey. She's still on it. She's lost 15 pounds, but it has not been perfect. Things have been plateaued. She's had plateaus. She's gone backwards. She's gained a few pounds and then lost it again. So, but that's okay though, because that's a realistic fat loss journey. Okay. That is realistic and that is okay because fat loss should be a lifestyle. Whatever you're doing to lose weight should be how you just live, period. So that means some weekends you might eat a little bit more. You might gain a couple pounds of water weight, then you get it off. Okay. So I like her realistic fat loss journey. And that's why I try to tell people on my YouTube channel, it's not going to be perfect. You're going to gain a couple pounds on the weekend. If you eat a little bit more than normal, then you work it off right away before it festers. Okay. Anyway, we're going to talk to her about her journey. So let me just read her bio. Claudia went vegan in 2019, quickly losing 17 pounds, and later thrived on a raw vegan diet for nearly 3 years. Now, during her pregnancy in 2023, she couldn't tolerate fruits and vegetables anymore. Wow, that's crazy, right? So she switched back to a standard American diet. But in 2025, she returned back to the roots. No, she returned back to the plant-based eating, losing 15 pounds, regaining her energy, and committing to consistent workouts. Standing at 4 feet 11 inches, she mastered portion control and now shares her journey on YouTube. So I'm excited to talk to Claudia. I've been watching her for a few years now, so it's nice to bring her to my platform. So without further ado, let's bring on Claudia, aka Developing Her on YouTube. Claudia, thank you for coming on my platform today.
Thank you, Nicole. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, it's so nice to meet you because, I've been watching your YouTube for 2 years or so.
Yeah.
How long have you had it?
Yeah, I've had it since I started it in 2019, but I started posting in 2020. So I believe we started following each other in like 2022, 2023, around that time.
No, that's when you started following me. I've been watching you before you started. Yeah, I was watching you already for a while before you finally came upon my channel. So yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So I like to start off with a little icebreaker. It's called there's a name to it. It's called This or That. Before I didn't know what it was called, but This or That. I'm just gonna say 2 words. You're gonna say which one resonates with you the best, but you have to be quick. So part of the game is about your speed. No thinking.
No thinking. Okay.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
Dates or bananas?
Bananas.
Beach walk or forest hike?
Beach walk.
Raw desserts or fresh fruit?
Fresh fruit.
Papaya or pineapple?
Pineapple all the way.
Morning fruit feast or evening fruit feast?
Morning fruit feast.
Monomeal or variety plate?
Mono meal.
Coconut water or herbal tea?
Oh, that's a good one. Coconut water.
Okay, good
Yeah.
job. Yay. You passed on all the rounds. The speed,
Woo!
the choices, but there's no pass or fail with the choices. It's all about what you want. But anyway, okay,
Yeah.
good. So let's get started. I'm so happy to interview you because you have also, I finished my fat loss journey. I only need to lose 15 pounds for what I want to be at, but
Yeah.
you have also had a realistic fat loss journey. Now, I took way longer than you. I gave myself a year to lose 15 pounds, and some people might be like, girl, that's crazy. I could lose that in a month or two. And I could have if I wanted to. I really could. I could have been in a serious calorie deficit every single day of but that's not realistic because it's just not. On the weekends, I go to events, birthday parties, I go on vacations, I go to whatever. I eat a little bit more. Right.
Yeah.
So that's called a surplus. That's called eating more than I'm burning. So, because the fat loss all comes down to burning more than you're eating, AKA calorie deficit. No matter if people know that or not, that's what's happening. People think, oh, I didn't have to count calories. I just did a fruit fast and I lost heck of weight. Yeah, you didn't count, but your body was counting. Your body knows whatever your diet was before. When you went to all fruit, that was a drastic decrease in your caloric intake, AKA deficit, AKA fat loss, automatic, right?
Correct.
But maybe sometimes we don't want to do the extreme things and eat all fruit or do juice cleanses to lose weight. We want to eat food. We want variety, Right. So sometimes just eating, like for myself, I can't just eat intuitively. Like when I was on my fat loss journey, I can't just eat intuitively because my intuitively could equal I'm eating more than I'm burning.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm, I agree.
You're right. So during my fat loss journey, I took my time because there was days where I was like making sure I was burning more than I eat. But then on the weekends, maybe I would gain a pound or two. So then I got to work that off the next week. So maybe that week, my weight loss was 0.
Right.
That's called my lifestyle, right? That's what it is. And I see you're doing it kind of the same thing. Like you might have some weeks where you might eat a little bit more, you might gain a couple pounds of water weight, but you have to realize that that's just water weight, right? Food weight. And then you work it off. Right. Because you don't want it to fester. But anyway, sorry, I just went on a whole tangent. So so first let me go back a little bit. So let's talk about why you went initially to eating a vegan diet in 2019, and then we'll get into the fat loss. Sorry, I just went on a whole tangent, but
no, I love it. I love it. Because it's true. What you were saying too. So yeah, in 2019, I was eating a lot of Shake Shack. I was eating a lot of pizza. I was eating all the things. I was looking around. I was feeling down. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I kept seeing around that time a lot of like Black vegan influencers or vegan related videos were popping up on my feed. I was like, oh, that seems so hard. I don't think I could do it. But, it stuck in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And so I saw this is going to seem random. I saw a picture of Maya, the singer. You know what I mean? And
wait, before you go on, I won. She used to do those vegan challenges.
And you won one.
Yeah, she would do every quarter she would do a challenge, and then she would pick a first place, second, third, and fourth. And then at the end of the year, all the first place winners get to go to Costa Rica. Girl, I was so close. I came in second. If I would have came in first, I came in second, and she sent me a dehydrator and a NutriBullet. I got a prize, but I didn't get to go to Costa Rica. But if I would have won first place, at the end of the year, I would have been going to Costa Rica with her and all the other first place winners. But anyway, sorry.
That is really cool. Like, I don't know if she still does it.
I don't think so.
No, she doesn't. Okay.
I don't think so.
I mean, I saw a picture of her. I always thought she had a nice body, like
she
in the 2000.
Yeah.
Nice body, right?
She has a really nice body.
She does. And so she started to gain weight or what have you. And she still looked nice to me,
Yeah, she does. She's just thick when she gains weight. She just looks nice, thick legs, still small waist,
Like not fair. But I saw a recent picture of her and I was telling my friend, I was like, oh my gosh, Maya lost weight. She lost a lot of weight. And my friend was like, oh yeah, she's raw vegan. I was like, okay, what's that? And I looked into it and I was like, I can't do that. Like that just is just too much. So let me try the vegan thing. Like, let me muster up the courage. And my friend was like, you know what? I'll do it with you. So we did it for a month. It was the first 20 days, I want to say. It was so hard. So hard. But I made it through the month. I lost 17 pounds.
In a month?
In 1 month.
Dang.
Yeah. And that just goes to show all the junk that I was eating, like, and I tried to eat clean too during those 30 days. And so I was like, oh, I did 30 days. Let me just keep going. And my friend was like, nah, you on your own. You know what I mean? So I kept going for about a year.
She was like, I was just down to do it a month.
Yeah. She was like, So I did it for a year, but I wasn't the healthiest vegan. So I was like, you know what? That whole raw vegan thing kept popping up in my mind. Like, can I really do this?
Yeah.
Can I really try? I'm like, you know what? Let's just try it. So in 2020, I did the raw vegan diet. But to go back, when I did the vegan diet, I felt so much better after that 20 days, after that hard period where you just have like the headaches, the just cravings, the all that. And I was like, wow, I actually feel good. I'm losing weight. It's summertime, like, fresh fruit and all that stuff. So I just wanted to note that. So I knew if I ate cleaner, because over time I started to eat like, fries, whatever, which is fine. But I didn't do it moderately. I leaned all the way into cookies instead of fruit. You know what I mean? So then I went, I was like, I'm going to try raw vegan. I did it in 2020, like late 2020, did that for about 3 years till I got pregnant. And so when I got pregnant, I started having a lot of cravings. Not only that, I couldn't tolerate fruits and vegetables. And I was like such a person, like at that time, feeling like, oh, this is it for me. Like, I feel good on this diet. I have no cravings for like meats or anything like that. But when I was pregnant with her, she was like, listen, she wasn't vegan anyway. So anyhow, in 2024, I did a vegetarian diet so I could try to get back into the, plant-based lifestyle, eating that way. But it was really hard to give up cheese. And then in 2025, so here comes 2025, January of 2025, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a Daniel fast.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so that will help me not only get the answers that I need, that I was looking for, but also kickstart me into the plant-based diet fully again. And so I did that. And then during that fast, right, more so towards the end of the fast, because I got my answer, right? And I was like thinking, like, not to get like churchy or whatever, but like I was asking God, I was like, I really want to lose the weight and document it on YouTube. Should I do it? And it was like, I got the yes. And I'm like, wait. Am I or is this
I know,
right?
that's what I be doing sometimes. I'm like, was that me or is that Jesus? I'm like,
I was like, what? And I know it wasn't me because I was already timid about it. Like, oh, am I able to be vulnerable? Like, if I'm going to do it, I want to be vulnerable. I want to be able to inspire. I want to be able to get the results too, right? Because when you're in it, you can't see forward, right? You can't see that you're going to lose that weight. You just like, listen, I'm just going to do
having faith.
Yes, have faith. And so at that time, I was also watching you because you were talking about calorie deficit. I was watching bodybuilders too, like trying to figure out what foods I could eat that were plant-based. Because since I did the Daniel fast, which is generally a plant-based diet, I was able to keep going just like back in 2019, I was like, okay, I got through the 21 days. I can keep going.
Yeah.
And I felt better too, by the way, just for any like viewers who are just feeling scared about doing it. I feel like try it. At least
the
try
Daniel
it to
fast,
see how you feel.
The Daniel fast or just eating plant-based in general?
Both.
Yeah.
It's whatever's going on in your life. If you're having a hard time, I'd say do the Daniel fast. If you want to like really lose the weight and really feel better and, live a better just feel better, I should say.
Yeah.
Do plant-based, you know what I
Right.
mean?
And for those of you who don't know the Daniel fast, in the Bible, Daniel fasted for 21 days. Believe he was like praying for answers for God to reveal some things to him. So he
Yeah.
fasted for 21 days. Now he ate no choice fruits or vegetables. He only ate fruits and vegetables. Now today, in
Yes.
today's time, the church, we kind of add some stuff to it. So we might do
Yes.
beans and rice. Like when I wasn't plant-based and I used to do the Daniel fast, we would do beans and rice and vegetables and fruits and potatoes and sweet potatoes and things like that. But so that it's AKA it's just a vegan diet basically. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Yeah, that's what
Right.
the Daniel fast. For those of you who are like, who the heck is Daniel and what?
Yeah.
What's
That's
the Daniel
excellent.
fast?
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you for
So
explaining that. Yeah.
yeah, so like going back to so you went plant-based and then in 2020 you went raw for 3 years. First of all, congratulations on being able to do it for 3 years because
Yeah.
the longest I've done was 80 days. And that was
Yeah.
kind of recent. About a month ago, I ended 80 days. And that was big for me because the longest before that was like 44 days. And for 3 years, you did raw. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. For the most part, because I know like after the first 30 days of doing raw, I really wanted bread, toast. I had the toast. I didn't feel well. So then I was like, you know what? I don't need the toast. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. When you're eating raw and then for so long, or like even in like 30 days or something like that, and then you eat something cooked or something a little different, you might just feel a little,
yeah, it
why
didn't
did I
feel
do
well
that?
at
Because your
all.
body's not used to certain things anymore. So you would have to
Right.
get adjusted back to it and start slow if you wanted to go back, Yeah.
Exactly. Just like if you're trying to eat plant-based, you'd have
hmm
to do the same thing. You may have headaches, you may have, intense cravings, chills, all these things. I had them again going into eating a sad diet, a standard American diet back in 2023. I had those kind of transitional symptoms, which was crazy to me. I'm like, oh wow. So just the change in general, your body will react. I know when I
Yeah.
went raw vegan, I also was having breakouts at
hmm
first, skin
Detox.
breakouts, detox, yeah. And so a lot of people were like, "Oh no, that's good because in my mind I'm like, I should be clear. My skin should be clear. Why am I
Right.
getting, like why is my eczema acting up?" They're like, "No, your impurities are coming out and they're trying to
hmm
find a way to get out." So,
Yeah.
and then
And
after
it's
a
like,
period,
it gets worse before it gets better sometimes.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was
So when you
a
were
journey.
eating raw, like how did you feel physically and mentally during those 3 years of eating raw?
Oh, very clear. And I always, even more recently, I did a watermelon fast. Like the dreams, like with raw vegan, the dreams are so vivid, so light, so deep. Like
Yeah.
sleep is so deep. It's
hmm
different. It's like
hmm
you feel I feel so well rested. And I heard of other people saying that too. I'm like, oh, okay. But it does make a difference. Rest makes a difference in your everyday life. So
Definitely.
that's one of the things that I remember for sure. Of course, losing weight, of course, skin glowing, like it had all the benefits, but it was just hard.
How long did you do it? I haven't watched the full thing yet. I have it
Yeah.
saved to watch because
Yeah.
I have my little saved to watch later.
Yeah, I do too.
So I have that saved to watch. How long did you do it?
I did for 3 days.
Yeah.
3
And you
days.
probably
And
lost any of the water weight that you gained, you lost it back, right?
oh, I haven't checked my weight today. And then, so I ate something recent. It's very recent. It's this past week. I ate something and then I was like, oh no, I'm going to go back to eating more watermelon. So, still at the weight that I lost for the 3
Okay.
days.
The 15
Yeah.
pounds.
Yeah. Because I'm still incorporating the watermelon in
Right.
some kind of way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
So,
is nice.
now so you felt great on the raw, you lost weight, your skin was glowing. Now, when you,
Yeah. Can I say
got
one more thing?
yeah, sure.
Pardon me. Also, my hair started growing a lot too. I noticed it because it was like really flourishing. I was like, oh, okay. Like there were so many benefits to eating raw.
Girl,
It's like,
you already won. How can your hair grow anymore? Your hair is so flawless and beautiful and thick and oh my God, I love your hair.
thank you. Thank
I'm
you.
like, how can you get any better than that?
But I really noticed it. I was like, oh my gosh, why is it? Oh, it's because I'm eating raw. I was like,
Mm,
and it's kind of frustrating because you want to eat junk. Well, I did. I wanted to eat junk food and stuff.
yeah.
I'm like, their benefits outweigh, the other stuff.
And
So
everyone, let's just give a shout out to Claudia because your girl's wearing her own hair. Okay? That's her hair, y'all. You know what I mean? There's about 3 people in the world that have long hair. No, there's more than 3
no,
people, but I'm just saying,
yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like, you get so used
yeah,
to everyone wearing wigs and weaves, and you just assume that everybody wears wigs and weaves. But no,
yeah,
Claudia, that's her
yeah. This
hair,
is
y'all.
mine. Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
been a blessing. I've been growing it out for a while, but yeah, I just wanted to note that, like, because I remember hearing another YouTuber who's raw vegan, saying that her hair flourished, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so I definitely noticed that too.
that's good.
Yeah.
Before, let's see. Okay, now transitioning, you're 3 years raw, you got pregnant. Then your
Yeah.
body was having the cravings, you couldn't tolerate fruit and veggies anymore. So
No.
how did you transition back to a standard American diet, aka a diet with animal products? Like, did you have to like small steps? Because you can't just like go back to eat.
Yeah.
Because how long it had been 3 years eating raw. So how did you
Yeah.
transition to that? Because you can't just be like, okay, eat a burger the next day. Be
Yeah,
sick.
right.
Well, at least I would.
Right.
I don't know.
And I was. It's funny that you say that. I was. So I started off with, like, breads and stuff, and like that kind of stuff, like saltines, like anything that,
Mhm.
because I was very sick throughout pregnancy. And then I really craved beef. Like, I craved beef and I craved Popeyes, those two.
Mm.
And so when I had the beef, I was like, you know what? Let me make it myself. Let me get like grass fed. Let me, go to Whole Foods. Like, I went to Whole Foods, made it. I broke out in hives. Like,
Oh,
but like 10 minutes later, broke out in hives.
wow.
It was very fast. So I was like, oh, my body's like, what are you doing?
Mhm.
So, and then I incorporated some like cultural foods, like, like chicken and stew, and that I was
Mhm.
okay with that. And then I did the
Really?
Popeyes. Yeah. Yeah. I
Did
was
the Popeyes
okay.
make you sick?
The Popeyes, I had to eat it at a certain time of the day. It was weird. Yeah. It
That's
didn't make me sick
interesting.
though.
That's good
Mm-mm.
because
Yeah.
I know that it's been 15 years for me. I
Yeah.
know that if I
That's amazing. That is
thank
amazing.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Wow.
Almost 15 years. In October it'll
Yeah.
be 15 years. Now
Mm.
I'm just trying to imagine like me eating some chicken or a burger. I just
Yeah.
feel like I would be sick as a dog, like nauseous as AF.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
who knows? I don't know. And if I wasn't physically, it would, because it's going to be in my mind, I would
Yes.
be sick just because I think I'm going to be, you know what I mean? But
Yes.
anyway,
Yes.
all right. So then you returned back to your roots, girl. You
I
came
did.
back.
I came
You
back.
went to go
I
ahead.
had to. Like, literally, when I delivered, when they give you the food, I was
Hmm.
like, I just want salad. Just give me salad. I craved it. It was like, once she was out, I was like, okay, I want this. But
Yeah.
I still wanted that Popeyes, the dipping of the honey mustard sauce. That it was a thing. So I had to
I'm
break that. So it took me a little bit.
15 years later, girl, I'm still thinking about the Popeyes and them chicken nut. I'm not one
It's
of those people
bad.
who like, if I see somebody eating it, I'm like, ugh, that's so gross. Get away from me. I'm not like that. I'm like, I
Right.
be like, dang, that look good. Like,
Yeah, it
honestly,
smells good.
now if I see something raw
Yeah.
meat, or if somebody's cooking the meat and I'm in
Yeah, the
while they're
smell.
cooking, the smell bothers me. But if it's just
Yeah.
done already on the plate, my husband
Yeah.
still eats meat mostly on the weekends. Chicken or something sitting next to me, I'm like, dang, baby, that look good. You about to make me go back. I mean, I won't go back, but it smells so good to me. I'm like,
It
dang.
does.
So I'm a little different from most people who eat this way because
Yeah.
it smells good. I still sometimes I just be like, dang, I miss it, but
Yeah.
I just don't want to go back. I like
Yeah.
eating this way better. I feel much better. My
Yes.
food digests much better, and so
Yes.
so you
Yes.
came back to it in 2025. And how are you thriving on that? Like it's been 7 months. I know you had a little hiccup and you ate some
Yeah.
dairy or something, and then you felt
Yeah.
gross and stuff.
Yeah.
But overall, you're doing plant-based again. How are you
Yes.
feeling these days? And do you think you'll stick to it?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm feeling much better. Like when I was eating the dairy, I told Nicole that I went to the Museum of Ice Cream. And I was just like, I was like, I'm here and it looks so good. And I gave it a try and, my stomach was just bubbling. So,
Mm-mm.
but those like dairy is very addictive. It can be
Mm.
very addictive, just like most foods, right?
Yeah,
Even fruits, if you ask me.
it's a good
But
addiction though. That's a good
it
addiction to have.
it is. It is. But the dairy, like, yeah, I had a hiccup and I was eating pizza too. But now, after doing the watermelon fast, I feel much better. I feel
Yeah,
like back to myself. Like,
right.
I don't know.
It kind of
It's
gave
so
you a
weird.
reset. It's like a reset.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
needed a little
Yeah.
reset to get you, push you back in line where you want to be, you know?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Yeah.
good.
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. Thank you.
So in your so you lost 15 pounds and your method was portion control and tracking. Because that's what I had to do as well because I've been eating this way almost 15 years. It did not stop me from gaining weight,
Mm-hmm.
right? The same way I lost weight, the same way I gained weight, the same way I lost weight. Meaning the same foods I gained weight with is the same foods I lost weight with. The only difference was
Mm-hmm.
I was purposely, intentionally tracking and making sure I was burning more than I eat. And
Mm-hmm.
than I ate, and not even 7 days a week. But that's what made me start finally getting it off, even with plant-based foods. So for you, you had to start kind of tracking as well.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So when I was like, okay, I'm going to start recording. I'm going to record, and I'm going to track my foods while I'm doing this journey on YouTube, right? And then I'm like, okay. I started looking at bodybuilders. They said that to weigh their food. So I already had a food scale from years
Yeah, I
ago
have.
that I just had to dust off that I never
Hmm.
used. So I was like, I might as well use it. And I was shocked at how much calories I was eating.
Hmm.
Like people don't want to do it, and I get it because it's so tedious. It's like,
Yeah,
oh
it
wait, I
is.
forgot to do that. But like you learn as you go, right? But I just for as an example, I was eating around 2,800 on a good day, and
That's a
that's
lot.
on plant-based
Yeah,
diet. The
2,800.
nuts. 2,800 on a good day. And for me, it says for my height, because I'm small, I'm a tiny thing. It says my um calories should be around 13, 1,400,
Dang,
1,500.
that's low.
It
That's
is
low.
low.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
low.
So my maintenance would be 1,500, but if I wanted to be in a calorie deficit, it's around 1341
Wow.
to be
So you were
exact. Yeah.
you were eating that low? That's low.
Yes. No, so I wasn't. So here's the
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Because I was eating 2,800 before,
Mm-hmm.
I was still like losing weight because I wasn't eating 2,800. Now I was
Yeah,
eating
even
21. I was eating
yeah,
1,800. You know what I mean? Because I
yeah,
wasn't
like
eating as much
right. So
to keep
it's still a deficit for you
it's
because
still
if you were
deficit
from 2,800 to say like you were doing 18, that's 1,000 calorie deficit. So yeah,
easily.
your body lost weight because it's
Yeah.
like, right? So
Right.
yeah, and that's what it is. Like a lot of people, whatever their diet was before,
Yeah.
say like people go to keto. Everybody thinks these diets are so special. It's
Yeah.
not the diet, it's the caloric. So keto, you're
Yeah.
eating, freaking a meat and some greens 3 times a day, probably 1,200 calories. If you're
Right.
eating 2,000 before, now you went down to 1,200. That's a calorie deficit. They're like, oh, I don't count No, your body
Yeah.
does.
Right.
Your body
Right.
knows
Right.
that you just went into a deficit. That's why you lost weight. It's not because of the meat and the greens. You can eat the same thing, eating potatoes and beans, same amount of you know what I mean? So
Right.
anyway, okay, so
Right.
you were 2,800, that's a lot. Like for me,
Yeah.
I only burn probably I would say the average between 2,100 and 2,300 after 2,100 and 2,300 after you put in my age, weight, and all that, and my activity level and my
Yeah.
workouts. And then even when you put your food in chronometer, you burn calories just from chewing. So
Mm-hmm.
after putting all that, I probably burn about 2,100 to 2,300 a day, just a regular amount, right?
Right.
Now, if I'm eating 2,600, that's a surplus. That's eating
Yes.
like 500 more than I'm burning, right? But if I eat maybe around 2000, that's a deficit. It doesn't even have to be a big deficit for you guys to
No,
lose
it
weight. And
doesn't.
you don't want it to be a drastic amount because you just don't want to be drastic. But anyway, so you
Right.
pretty much, you stuck to your, what I was going to say, your tracking, and you lose weight, but maybe not 7 days a week. Maybe there's some days you might eat a little bit more because that's normal. That's what we do, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's normal.
Especially in the beginning, I was very strict about it, or as strict as I could be about it. But then as I went, and it's so funny, I noticed it too as I went. Aside from hormones, right? As I went along the journey, I noticed that I was like lax about, weighing my food. I'm like, okay, well, I kind of know it's this, or I'll eat this kind of snack. And I'm like, oh, well, I'll have these, mangoes, dried mangoes, but it added up. So
those dried mangoes, for instance, you can't just go to town with it just because it's some dried fruit. Them suckers, especially that kind of stuff. You can eat 3 pieces and it's already 200 calories, and it doesn't even fill you up. So it's more so like just for the taste for me, for that, something like that. Just like, oh, feel like I'm eating some candy or something, but it doesn't fill me up, But like all calories count, no matter if it's fruit, vegetables, or whatever. Calories are calories. And I'm glad that someone understands what this is all boils down to. Fat loss is making sure you're burning more than you eat, period. It doesn't matter what diet you're on. You still need to burn more than you eat, whether you track or not. Your body tracks for you. But I just have to say this before I forget. You cracked me up one of your videos when you weighed water. That took me out. You weighed water one time. I was on the floor. I was like, no, she did not just weigh some water.
Commented it. I was like, I know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just weighing everything.
That was hilarious. I was like, I cannot.
I was like, water in, how much stays? I don't know. So
that's so funny. Yeah. And the scale is important because I also use that for you need it for like, if you are tracking your food, like especially for fruits and vegetables, because you don't know what it is. You don't know how much they weigh. Like you can say a potato. Everybody used to say, oh, potatoes are only 100 calories. But if you have a big potato this big, that might be 250 calories. So you might be thinking you're only eating 100 calories, but it's really, you know what I'm saying? So that's why a scale, if you are on a deficit, a fat loss journey, and you do want to track your food and you are weighing, you have to weigh it because you can't just go by like a potato, for instance. Not all potatoes are 100 calories.
No.
Because some are way bigger.
Different sizes, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or like beans or something. Maybe it says a half a cup is only this amount, but you weigh it for a half a cup, but it's actually more grams than the thing, so it's good to have. They're really cheap. I got mine probably at Target or something. So that's good to have. And some of you who don't have to track your food, good for you. Okay, good for you. But some of us, Claudia and I, no, I'm playing. We had to.
And I felt a little silly doing it. I'm like, I feel crazy. Like I have a problem. You know what I mean? Like, but no, you just want to know. You want to know, and you don't have to do it forever. You can be like, oh, okay, this is this amount of rice. Is this much?
Right.
Oh, okay. Now I know I'm over. Okay, so that kind of thing. I would recommend a food scale for sure.
And then just also, if you do it for a while, like my first 5 months of my fat loss journey, I was tracking more so. And then you get to know your food and you get to know the quantities and you get to know, then you don't really have to do it as much unless you gain a couple pounds over the weekend. You want to get that off. You might want to track again, but you don't really have to track forever. It's just like until you get used to your food. Now, when you're out at restaurants and stuff, of course, you don't know what you ain't tripping off of that. Well, at least I wasn't going to be like, oh my God, how much is this beans and rice? I just be free. That's called my lifestyle. Like I'm focused more on the weekdays. I'm tracking more on the weekends. I might be more lenient because you have to have fun and live. You can't just be all bust out with your chronometer at the restaurant. Like, I mean, you can if you want to, but I ain't got time for that. But, anyway, so go ahead.
I saw someone bring their food scale with them on vacation. I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Oh, now that's funny. Okay. See, that's too too much for me. Like I gotta live a little bit and just be free, like
Yeah.
when I was on my fat loss journey, like my birthday weekend, when I turned 50, I was like 5 months in and I only had lost 8.5 pounds. Cause again, I was losing
That's
mine
good.
slowly.
Yeah, no, that's
So
still
I went
good.
my birthday weekend. I just, ate what I ate all vegan, but I was just living life. Right.
Yeah.
I came home 5 pounds up. Now, guess what? That was just water food
Weight,
weight. That's not
water.
fat. You
Yeah.
can't gain fat that quickly. But that
Yeah.
next week, I just went back to my regular way of eating and got the water weight off. You have to live your life. If you're on the fat loss journey, don't be so extreme. Have fun. You might
Yeah.
gain a couple of pounds of water weight, but know that it's just water food weight. And then you go
Mhm.
back to whatever you're doing to lose it and get it back off. And then you keep moving forward. So you might have and to you too, don't get discouraged. I know sometimes
Yeah,
you might see the plateaus or you might
I do.
gain a couple of pounds of water, but know
Yeah.
that, okay, that's just water. Let me get back to,
Mhm.
whatever, and then get back to it. It's hot in here. Sorry if y'all hear the
Yeah.
fan.
No, I know I can't hear it, but I know how frustrating it is when you're like working hard and then you
mhm,
step on that scale and it says something different and you're like, what? How?
mhm, mhm,
Why?
mhm.
So yeah, that's true. It could
And
be
then
water, it could be
it could be
hormonal.
water. And then also, say like you eat healthily. I don't know. Is it healthy or healthily? Whatever. You eat on the
Healthy.
Saturday, you eat healthy, but you ate beans and rice and vegetables from a restaurant. But do
Right.
you know how much sodium they put in their food? And do you know that sodium can really make you gain water weight? So you weigh yourself the next day, for instance, and you went up a pound, but you're like, but I ate healthy and I even ate in a deficit yesterday. How did
Yeah.
I gain a pound?
Right.
Because of the sodium.
Yeah.
The sodium, well, at least for me, that happened to me before. And because sometimes I just weigh just to see. I
Yeah,
might
you feel
eat
puffy
really
too.
clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might
Mhm.
eat really clean that day and just do a little test. I'll weigh just to see. And I'm
Yeah.
like, how did I ate in a deficit yesterday. Well, I should be the same at least, not more, but the
Right.
sodium. Sodium
Mhm.
really makes you retain water, everybody. Like that can
It
really mess you
does.
up. So not only being in a deficit is important, but watching your sodium intake as well.
Yeah, and then too, like I like a lot of salt too.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll do sea salt, I'll do Himalayan salt, but when I go to restaurants, they're not doing those kind of salts. So then like the next day I have like a headache usually, and I know it's either
Mm,
because of the salt, the
yeah.
iodized salt, or
Mm-hmm.
it's just because of the ingredients. But yeah, salt can really
Yeah.
affect your weight
You gotta
and
be careful.
your body. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you see yourself returning to a raw vegan lifestyle? And then also, what advice would you give to someone who is struggling to lose weight on a plant-based diet or any diet, just in general?
Yeah, I would love to go back to a raw vegan lifestyle. I think if I do, it will likely be kicked off in the spring, summertime, just because the fruits, the vegetables are just more
Hmm.
plentiful to me.
Yes.
Um, even though when I did it, when I started it, it was in the fall, winter time, but I think ideally that would be like the time that I would do it. But I do. And if I don't do it like forever, I'll probably do it for like 2 months or what have you.
Hmm.
Just be a
Hmm.
little lenient as opposed to being so strict about it. And like, it's a mental game too. When you turn
Hmm.
plant based, sometimes you're like, oh, I feel guilty about doing this or not eating that or whatever, have you. But any advice I would give someone who is losing weight, who wants to lose weight, you said?
Hmm.
Yeah, I would say take lots of pictures, take lots of video,
Yes.
because you like we were talking about with the scale, you may not
Hmm.
see it on the scale. I mean, I still get bummed about the scale, but I know how my clothes are fitting. I know
Yes.
if they're fitting better, how I'm feeling too. How even when I'm laying down, when you lay down and your stomach is flat, I'm like, okay, today's a little flatter today.
Hmm.
It may not look flatter when I get up, but I'm like, today looks a little flat. So go how you feel. One, like we've been talking about calorie deficit, I would encourage, even if you're not like a plant-based person, calorie deficit, track your calories, know what you're eating at first. Like like say the first week, right? You're just tracking your calories for what you're eating right now because you want to know how much you're eating right now, and then gradually start to cut back on some things that are like high cost, like that, the calories are so high. Like French fries, like McDonald's French fries, they're like 700 calories or something crazy. Maybe you'll get a small next time. And then, you know what I'm saying? So calorie deficit, move your body. You got to move your body in general, right? Even if it's walking. I like to jog. I like to do things that I like get me pumped up. A lot of people are like, don't jog, don't run. But I'm like, I like it. And I want to move that way. So that's what I choose to do. Just try to stretch and stuff too, right? So move your body,
Yes.
whether it's walking or just whatever you like, swimming, jump roping. I like jump roping too. And then the third thing is just like try to eat healthier. You could be in calorie deficit. Like, I don't know if all your viewers are plant-based or not, but you could be in a calorie deficit like we were talking about earlier. But it may not be the best foods for you. So try to incorporate more fruits, more vegetables. I know they're not the best.
Voluminous foods.
Yes, and a variety of it too. Like, as I started to do the raw vegan, because I was not a vegetable person, I was like Caesar salad, before that, right? And so I'm like, okay, maybe I'll try some peppers. Okay, now I'm going to try some onions. Like, you start to like some of the vegetables after a while. Once your taste has to change over time. Yeah, so that's the advice that I would give. Like, but definitely take pictures and videos because you're going to see a difference, even though the scale will tell you otherwise.
Yeah, good advice. Good. Yeah. Those are really good tools and tips to give everyone. Thank you for saying that. And like she said, those are called, like the beginning she was talking about, take pictures and all that. Those are called non-scale victories, and those are even better because sometimes a scale will trick you. No, you know what I mean? And also, this is really the focus is about fat loss. We want to lose the fat. Now, we want to get the water off too, but say like you gain a pound of water overnight and the scale says a pound more, but then you took a picture today and you see that your stomach or your waist is smaller than last week. Yeah, that's what you want to really focus on is that, okay, but I lost some fat around my waist. You know what I mean? I remember there was, when I was at the end of my fat loss journey, I was like, after I lost about 10 pounds, I just was used to it now. Now I don't really see a change anymore. But then I had tried on some pants. Yeah. And the last time I had tried them on, I was able to button them, but my waist was still kind of spilling over a little bit. But this time when I tried them on, it wasn't spilling over anymore. So that's what you call a non-scale victory. Why it's important to take pictures, because sometimes some people might have problems like me. I think I got some kind of disorder. Like I can't think of the word, but where you look in the mirror and you see something.
Body dysmorphia.
Yeah, something. Maybe I don't know. I don't want to be speaking out on myself, but sometimes I feel like I have that because I'll see something, but then I'll take a picture and I'm like, but look at the back fat from this picture to this. That's a big difference. Like you might not see it by looking at yourself, but you compare. You know, it's a very important to take pictures. It really helps, especially if you're on the journey. And I also want to say, like, the tracking, a lot of people are so against that. And this is really only for people who, if you're eating a certain diet, even plant-based, and you're not having success losing the weight, maybe you want to try doing what Claudia and I had to do, which is track, because you just might be eating too much, even if it's plant-based. So not everybody has to do that. Some people, again, if whatever your diet was before, if you go to plant-based, most people are going to automatically lose weight because it's, but we're talking about people who cannot lose weight or struggling, maybe consider tracking, because you just might be eating too much, even if you're eating a vegan diet or raw vegan diet. You can still eat too much, even eating raw vegan, at least from my experience, you know. So anyway, thank you so much. Tell everybody where you would like them to check you out on, and I'll put everything in the description.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Developing Her on YouTube. Just type it out. And I'm on Instagram too, but I'm not there as frequent as I should be. So you can Developing Her on that platform too. So
sounds good. Claudia, it's been wonderful. Thank you for coming on my platform, and it's so nice to talk to someone who gets it. Just because I cannot stand No, some people don't get it. Some people, a lot of people I follow, I'm tired of hearing people say, if I hear this one more time, I'm going to scream. If you eat raw and vegan, you can eat as much as you want. If I hear somebody say that, they're going to get slapped digitally. Okay. No, you cannot eat as much as you want. If you eat 2,800 calories a day of vegan food, but you're only burning 2,000.
Yeah.
That's an 800 calorie surplus. You're going to gain weight or you might just stay the same. Now, when people say that, sometimes there's a girl, now I don't want to say her name. She burns like 5,000 calories a day because she breastfeeds and she does like 20,000 minutes of cardio a day. She burns a hell of a lot. So she can eat 4,000 calories a day. She used to show us the food too. She can eat 4,000 calories a day and be in a deficit because she burns so much. Now, she doesn't get that. Not everyone can do what she does. No. Not everyone burns that much.
Right.
So she goes around preaching. She goes around preaching, oh, I eat a high carb, low fat diet. I can eat as much. You can eat as much as you want. No, you can't, because not everyone burns. The calories, I might be saying it off, but the point is she burns a hell of a lot more than the average person because of the amount of cardio and the breastfeeding combined. We can't all do what she does just because she does it, because we don't burn as much as her, most of us. So she can't go telling everybody to eat as much as they want as long as they do high carb, low fat, because it's not the truth. It's not about what the diet is. It is about how much you're eating. So if you she gonna get everybody fat, because everybody gonna be like, oh, I could eat 3,000 calories because I'm eating plant-based, but they only burning 2,000.
Right.
No, so it's one size doesn't fit all. Everybody can't do what everybody does. You know what I mean?
I don't know what her muscles are looking like too, because I feel like people who okay.
She just does cardio, so she doesn't really. She's just, she doesn't do weights and stuff like that. She just likes to show off her flat stomach every day. And I'm just like, girl, sit down. No, just kidding. But no, I'm not kidding. But anyway, everybody, once and I even say for my 4-week meal plan, I said my meal plan ain't special. The reason why my clients lose weight is because I structured it in a way where the amount of food is a safe amount, which is most likely going to help them be in a deficit without being too low. It ain't nothing special about my plan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's all about burning more than you eat. But anyway, sorry, I keep going on these tangents. No, Claudia, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on my platform. It was nice to relate with someone who gets it. Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate you sharing your journey and taking the time. I know you have a little one around somewhere. So thank you so much for coming on my platform. We really appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes. And everyone, thank you for watching this channel. Give us a comment below. Let us know what you feel about what we talked about. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And don't be coming in the comments talking negative. Okay. You speak nice. You speak in love. Okay. You can disagree without being a butthead. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah. Good vibes. Good vibes.
Yeah. Good vibes. We want good vibes. Anyway, thank you guys so much. We'll see you in the next video. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.